and 10. Bill Kenny is the quarterback for Kansas City, and both quarterbacks have thrown twice as many interceptions as touchdowns for both the Bears and the Chiefs. Delaney, we've talked about, had not a superb blocker. The offensive line, Willie Scott, the #1 draft choice, starts at tight end. Al Dixon on the sidelines, but a very solid offensive line. Johnny Morris, and the fact is they're healthy this year, and that's been a big difference. The Chicago Bears with the defense, and they have gone from really top to bottom. They have no pass rush to speak of. Alan Page, of course, retiring after this year. Brian Cabral is starting in place of Otis Wilson at the left linebacker position. Mike Singletary, the rookie, making his third start, and Reuben Henderson, one to watch. #6 draft choice with 3 other veterans in the secondary.
That water, and it's not really as bad as you might think.
3rd and 9, and a lot of time for a while, and a fumble, and it's picked up by Osborne of the Chicago Bears, and it's a fumble. Chicago recovers inside the 10. A big break, and Osborne alertly picked it up. We'll see who hit Kenny.
Everybody open now to see if his hand did go forward as he threw the ball. It looked like he was trying to tuck it back in, and therefore he was not throwing the ball. And it was Alan Page who was there. There's Jim Osborne, number 68, picks it up. Brad Buddy has to make the tackle there. And actually, Osborne got away from Buddy, and finally he did slow him enough. But the Chicago Bears have the first break of the game.
Looking at the Chicago Bears offense, their running back and their split receivers. Walter Payton, of course, who's gone over 9,000 career yards. Matsui, tough inside runner. And the offensive line for the Chicago Bears, Albrecht, Jackson, and Neal have been together for 4 years. Van Horn is the rookie. Robin Earl, the tight end. And the Kansas City Chiefs on defense. Jack in motion, Baschnagel playing with that cast. And here's Walter Payton. And he's out of bounds, maybe a loss on the yard. Once again, good pursuit by the Kansas City defense. #1 in the league against the rush. Art Still and Mike Bell, 2 terrific former #1 draft picks. Ken Kramer starting at the nose. The linebackers, Paul and Peterson, are basically reserves playing for injured performers. Spaney is the best one of that group. And an experienced secondary with 1 rookie, Lloyd Burris, number 34, the strong 7. Up the middle, touchdown, Chicago to Ricky Watts. So the Bear receivers, who've been complaining that they haven't had many balls to catch in the end zone, have one right off the bat here, as Ricky Watts has caught his first touchdown pass of the season.
And plenty of time for Evans to throw. He waited for Watts to get further across as he had a step on Green, and he put it low and into the inside here on the adjustment on the pass rush. And here it comes. Watts goes down to the ground, makes the good grab, and that's the first touchdown for Ricky Watts in a long time. He's been out with that hamstring, and of course he's one of the speed merchants. Green had to play him, and he got
pass of the year, and they made quick work of that fumble by Kenny in the first series. Wide right, Henry Marshall, 89, split to the left, an underrated tandem as Delaney tries to go outside and succeeds this time. And Joe Delaney has a first down short of the 35-yard line. And now you see some of the acceleration that's made him the big man in the KC offense. Is down lineman for Chicago, and Jeff Fisher is in the secondary. And pressure is on Kenny, and Kenny gets away. First down into Chicago territory and slides to the 45.
And what a block by Joe Delaney as he got downfield and helped Mr. Kenny out with a nice block.
There's plenty of time to go first quarter. Delaney with Hadnot in front of him. Joe Delaney does most of this on his own and picks up a good 9 yards at the 33-yard line of Chicago. The pitch to Delaney. Nothing fancy there. Joe Delaney. Close to another first down, and it was Doug Plank who finally tripped him up. Jeff Fisher and Todd Bell in the secondary. 3rd and 7 at the 20. And Kenny has enough time. He's run for 1 first down, and Alan Page missed him. And Kenny is going to be close to it. Short. He's at the 16-yard line, short by about 2.5, 3 yards. He won in field goals. Will attempt a 34-yard attempt with Fuller holding. Chiefs trying to get on the board, and they do. Nick Lowry from Dartmouth, who is following a career in political science and in government, has put Kansas City on the board here in the first quarter at rainy Kansas City. We'll be back. Split right for the Bears, leading 7-3. 8:18 to go, first quarter. Suey looking for an opening. He has none, and he's thrown for a loss. Mike Bell, number 99, the right defensive end, who only played in 2 series we saw against San Diego last week because of an ankle injury, was sharp there. Parsons punting. Could have good field position pending this play. At the 40. Tripped up. He was tripped up at the 45-yard line by Emery Moorhead and improve upon it. Hadnot moves up toward the line. Kenny will throw. And he has Hadnot. And Hadnot has a first down. At the 32-yard line, Al Harris. But a little bit too late. And roll number 87 is in. 3 wide receivers, and the Bears go to their 5-1-5 alignment with 3 rookies in that secondary. 3rd and 10. Kenny
is a man open
back at his 40, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Stan Rome. Gary Fensick was covering, and the man open was not Stan Rome.
It was
for the conference. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt by Nick Lowry. Fuller is holding.
It's going to be a little short, I think.
It is just short. Just short. Lowry misses the field goal, so he's now 16 for 23 on the season, and the Bears hold on to their lead. You want to know how upsets can happen in a game? Watch this one. Number 84. And here's Walter Payton. Well, he is fighting for tough yards to the 36-yard line. Spaney, the linebacker, makes the tackle here in the Midwest. Marcus Anderson, number 88 at wide receiver. 2nd and 6, and Suey bucks forward close to a first down. Matt Suey seeing more action, and Spaney makes the stop along with Cal Peterson.
The first thing you have to consider is that the receiver has to make his move first, so he has a chance to make a bad move or a slip first.
It's a 2 for 4, 3rd down conversions. Marcus Anderson, number 88, is a 3rd wide receiver.
He's open, too.
And it's incomplete. He had the pass. Gary Green hit him, but Anderson, for all intents and purposes, should have had the ball. And what a great debut he made against the Detroit Lions, where it has been soaked through and through. And that means that a break could determine the outcome of this game. We've already had one, and there's a fumble by J.T. Smith. And let's see, the Bears have recovered at the 27.
Well, you call it a break. Has given the Bears great field position at the 28-yard line. As
Harrison Kramer at the tackles. 3rd and 10 at the 28. Ricky Watts checks in. 4 receivers. And this one to Marjoram, complete at the 20-yard line, but short of a first down in Kansas City. 4th and 2. And Evans is going to call his own number. Vince Evans slides in, and it'll be awfully close for a first down. We may need a measurement. Walter Payton blocking for Vince Evans on the play, and the Chiefs feel that they have stopped the Bears. But
bring Evans out. Anytime you can do this, bring him out. Let's see how Payton does out in front. He's number 34. You can see a good block there. I think that was Van Horn from the other side. Here is Walter Payton, 34 in front. He blocking his man out. He did not make it, but Matt Suey, he blocks on Barbaro, 26 on 26, and finally down goes Evans, but he was slightly short. It's going to be first down, Kansas City.
Dick Stockton and Johnny Morris, so the Chiefs go to work. Kenny, the quarterback, and the pitch, and a high pitch to Delaney, and he almost fumbled the ball, and he does fumble it, and the Bears recover, I believe. I believe the Bears have recovered it. The ball did not go out of bounds.
Forced the ball loose. Now you see the Bears string it around. Here's number 90, Harris. He strings it out. Now all of a sudden number 50 will come shooting out of nowhere. He grabs Delaney, and the ball comes loose, and it stays right in bounds, right there. And here comes 90 to recover. The Bears have another chance.
And Joe Delaney never really was together on that play. He got a high toss from Kenny of them for the touchdown. But now they have 1st and 10 on the Kansas City 15. And another golden opportunity for the Bears as Matt Suey goes inside, has a hole in close to the 10-yard line, and Art Still throws him way back to State College, PA. On a draw play, Walter Payton looks for a hole, and Payton's on the 5-yard line, and he fumbles the ball. Payton fumbles, but the Bears apparently have recovered. Bears have won 2 games. Tampa Bay back September 20th in San Diego 2 weeks ago. Suey tripped up and just gets to about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Watts to the left and up the middle goes Walter Payton toward the goal line and within 2 or 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and short yardage for the Bears. 7:40 remaining first half. Bears lead at 7-3. 4 down linemen for Kansas City. Normally they're a 3-4 team, and Matt Suey goes nowhere. He tried to hurdle the line. It doesn't go anywhere. So now, Johnny Morris, we have a 4th and goal at the 2. Rovetto, 24-yard attempt. And the kick is good. The Chiefs were coming in trying to block that one, but John Rovetto has kicked his 5th field goal in 7 tries since coming to the Bears, and Chicago leading 10-3, 7:06 to go in the first half. At the 37, 1st and 10. Walter. And that's a Kansas City defensive play, and a brilliant one by number 99, Mike Bell, and he just shoved that whole offense back 5 yards.
You talk about sheer strength and power.
Kenny in the pocket. Finally gets pressure from Osborne, and what a hit on Joe Delaney.
Dan Hampton was right there. He smelled that screen as Delaney was trying to get out to his lineman. It did not work. Let's take a look. As they put the screen, a double team on 82 Page, then they'll let him go through because they see the screen coming. Delaney gets out there late, and number 99 says, I gotcha, the old Arkansas bear hug.
And Osborne put the rush on. Same alignment. Evans. Going for Marjoram. And Marjoram has made a brilliant catch at the 45-yard line. And a penalty marker is down, though.
Personal foul. Something recorded that number 67 penalized from the spot.
A very costly penalty if the Bears can capitalize on Art Still. And 10-3, trying to add to that lead. Chiefs show a blitz, and here's Walter Payton. And Payton gets to the 25-yard line.
They haven't done that much this year.
3rd and 5. Evans with time, drills it, and it's overthrown. Pass was intended for Anderson. Incomplete on a high throw, so it'll be 4th down. And the 42-yard attempt is blocked. The kick is blocked. And it's anyone's ball with 39 seconds and the clock running. And Kansas City is going to have an opportunity to score again. Kansas City Chiefs block the kick. Let's see if we can pick this up.
Everybody was up high and over. There were 2 or 3 men, and this is Spaney, isn't it? 59 here. He tried to pick it up on the run, couldn't quite get it, but somebody accidentally kicked the ball down the field as everybody's after it. It's like a greasy pig. It's so slippery and wet out there in the water. The ball is finally down. It's going to be 1st down.
Kenny. Pass is complete for J.T. Smith in the 1st down. And the clock stopped. They're inside the 15-yard line. All right, 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs.
Blitz.
Hadnot. Don't believe he has it. Hadnot seems to be stopped short as he gets to the 15-yard line. And so now a decision, and not a tough one. Let's see, for Marv Levy. About 3 seconds remaining. Fuller will hold for Lowry. And you can see how Fuller holding. Kick is good. So the 3 points, not in Chicago's column, but the Chiefs have it. And that is the gun at the end of the first half. The Chicago Bears playing a solid defensive game and taking advantage of 2 of the 3 Chief mistakes. Statistics, and this is really an even game statistically with one glaring exception, John.
3 turnovers. The Chiefs have committed those turnovers, and the Bears have been able to take advantage somewhat to get those 10 points, and that's been the difference in this football game. 92 to 93 yards of total offense, and 6 first downs for each team. Vince Evans was 3 for 15. However, a few were dropped, and Kenny was 5 for 14. So we have not seen a barn burner on offense.
Have been on since the outset of this ball game. And on a draw play, Walter Payton with a good cut to the right side gets to the 30-yard line. He'll be short of a 1st down by about 2 yards. So 30 for the Bears. Payton, they get by 1 tackle, and Walter has a 1st down. Walter Payton got by the on-rushing Art Still. Stockton and Johnny Morris, 3rd quarter here at Arrowhead Stadium. And Matt Suey going to find some room, picks his way, and gets good yardage. Matt to the 41-yard line before Jerry Blandon, who started last year. The Chiefs have had a lot of injuries in their linebacking core for the Bears. Short passes and running plays. for the Bears, and Walter Payton going to the left side looking for room, and Payton fighting his way, and I believe he's just short of a first down. And Evans carries, and it's going to be close. Evans was hit immediately on the keeper, and it's... You think he's got it?
Yes, I think he's got it.
Forward progress? Apparently so. Keeper's in the game, and Watts, number 80, is to the left. 5 defensive backs, Deron Sherry, number 20, and 4 down linemen for Kansas City. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Matsui. And Sui had grass and now the artificial turf at both Royal Stadium here.
That's Kansas City's version of Zamboni. It sucks that water up into the tank.
All right, Steve Fuller in at quarterback for Kansas City. And Billy Jackson, number 43, seeing his first action and breaks one up the middle. The rookie from Alabama has a first down at the 35-yard line, and he has been an all-purpose back. Plus, that's why Jackson's in there. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line. 10-6, the Bears lead. And here's Hadnot, who finds an opening and a first down. So James Hadnot. So much. Stan Rome, number 87, is a third wide receiver. 3rd and 10 for Kansas City on their 49. Fuller, the 4th-rated passer last year in the AFC, and this pass is almost intercepted by Doug Plank, intended for Stan Rome. Deron Sherry in as a 5th back. They won't need him as Payton going outside, picking his way. And short of the first down territory.
Down.
There's Parsons, who will punt to Smith, who you saw. J.T. Smith with a fumble on a punt in the first half. But the Bears were not able to take advantage. He picks this one up.
Oh!
And J.T. Smith, they have open field. He's at the 40, 35-yard line. And Bob Parsons tripped him up at the 40. And the impetus carried J.T. Smith to the 34-yard line. And 36 put the Packers in front of the Giants. 26-24 will keep you posted. Play action. Fuller on the 34-yard line is going to run with it.
Oh.
Shuffles it, and it's picked off by Campbell. Gary Campbell picks it off, and it looked like Fuller just shuffled the pass forward, but it was right in the hands of Gary Campbell.
That's exactly what happened. He goes back to pass, good coverage downfield, and Fuller, as he is a very good runner, takes off and would have gotten himself some yardage. Now watch him. He had the ball out. He's carrying it very loosely, and it just went poof right into the hands of Gary Campbell, who said, well, look what I got. And he has a first down for the Chicago Bears.
Still field position. 5:49 remaining third quarter. Bears on their own 28-yard line. Here is Walter Payton up the middle, dives forward, and picks up good yardage to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Gary Spaney. To 34. Statistically, this game has been even. The scoreboard's pretty close. The turnovers have made the difference. Matsui close to a first down, maybe short by a bit. 48 minutes, 100 plays.
They had 100 plays. And, you know, Kansas City hasn't allowed anybody to rush for 100 yards, I don't believe, in 13 games.
Urban Earl, 3rd and 1 at the 37. In motion is Payton. And Suey has a first down and more to the 43-yard line. And it's Barbaro who's forced to make the play. 77 yards on 21 carries. Evans to the air. He has time up the middle to Walter Payton, and Payton has a first down into Kansas City territory at the 42-yard line. Blayton puts the seal on him.
Third down pass.
Willie McClendon, number 37, is in the ball game now, giving Walter Payton a breather with Suey. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line. And the pass to Ricky Watts inside the 35, and apparently he caught the ball. Ricky Watts makes a fine catch on a low throw.
The ball, takes the dive. Can we tell whether he caught the ball? It's hard to tell for sure, but the referee says he caught it, so that's the way it's going to be.
Number 37 is in motion, and Matsui has a first down. Bucks inside the 30-yard line to the 26, and Gary Barbaro again makes the tackle. And this could be the final play of the third quarter as Bashnagel is in motion at the 26. Willie McClendon, a third-round draft choice, back in 78 carries on the last play of the third quarter. 3rd and 4. Evans. Complete to Marjoram. First down inside the 10-yard line. I think 78, I'm not sure. 3rd and goal at the 5. Evans Going for the end zone, a Marjoram, and he is out of the end zone. He made a nice aerial catch, but too far, and it'll go incomplete. 4th down. Has hit a 24-yarder in this game, and this kick is up and good. So a 23-yard field goal by John Rivetto, and it's 13-6. Kansas City needed a touchdown anyway to take the lead, and the story's the same, but the Bears have added to their advantage. Murphy is deep. Rivetto with 2 field goals, and Murphy a yard in the end zone. Gets ahead of steam, and there goes Murphy. What a return out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that's why James Murphy, number 84, who has not played, is now the tight end, and watch him as a receiver as Fuller 0 for 2 in relief of Kenny. Scramble, and the pass caught at the 49-yard line by J.T. Smith.
You could call it 5-6 if you wanted.
Chiefs have done a terrific job in 4th quarter action. Under a lot of pressure was Fuller. He didn't have a chance as Dan Hampton led a tremendous rush on the throw intended for Al Dixon. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for Steve Fuller, who came in against the Oakland Raiders with the Chiefs down 17-0 and led 3 scoring drives. 3rd and 10 at the 44. Stan Rome, number 87, is a 3rd wide receiver. Bears stay with that defense. And Fuller is lofting it for J.T. Smith, but it's nowhere near him. Double covered by Terry Schmidt and Gary Fenton. So
they're going to run.
McClendon going outside and trying to pick the block. He had Emmanuel Sanders. And we're going to have an update on the Washington-Detroit game. Lions win it, and as you say, the Lions trying to win away from the Silverdome. And right here, Murphy, or take it, J.T. Smith on the return of the punt, gets to the 41-yard line. The second half. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Bears defense is holding strong. And up the middle goes Billy Jackson. Jackson to midfield is a yard short of a 1st down. 3rd and 1 in midfield. And look how the Bears line up.
Boy.
Billy Jackson has it with ease. To the 48-yard line, 1st down, Kansas City. 5 receiver now for the Chiefs. 6.5 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Pressure. Penalty marker down. Fuller runs for the 1st down before Osborne catches up with him, but let's see what that call is.
Holding, 59, 10 yards, still 3rd down.
Situation like this.
They have 5 defensive backs, a 5-1-5 alignment, and Fuller trying to run. He's got a long way to run. That pass is complete to Henry Marshall. Now has a 1st down. Doug flanked the tackle, and it looked like Henry Marshall will be camped there for about a week.
But he's played for 15 years, and he's earned every penny of it.
Only defensive player ever named most valuable player in the league. That was in 1971. 3rd and 6 at the 29 for the Chiefs with 4 minutes and 12 seconds. And on a rollout, Fuller might have had something, and his pass is intercepted. The pass is intercepted by Terry Schmidt, and the cornerback picks it off. And so the Bears, who have been victims of big plays, apparently they say that Schmidt is back. Let's see it again, John.
Okay, he tried to run and then decided he was going to throw it back to Smith, and actually ended up behind him as Terry Schmidt stuck with his coverage and made the interception. 1st down, Chicago. The Bears have stopped Kansas City again, as Smith didn't like the call. They've got what they want. They're not going to throw. And it's up the middle.
Willie McClendon gets a 1st down for the... No, he's short of a 1st down, excuse me, to the 18-yard line. The tackle made by Gary Barbaro. Seconds remaining. McClendon going outside. Not going to make it, and the Chiefs will get their hands on the ball. Clock continues to run. 10 at the 45. Here comes more pressure. Fuller, penalty marker down. And a loose ball intended for Rome, and somebody interfered with somebody, and it apparently is against Chicago.
Holding, defense, number 20.
Exactly right, Johnny Morris.
Down,
Rookie Reuben Henderson, and the clock shows 1:58 showing, and so we have our 2-minute warning right now. C8 showing on the clock. Will we have overtime? The Chiefs need a touchdown to get that as Stan Rome catches the pass at the 45-yard line. As it changes as much. Jeff Fisher comes in the ball game. Fuller with a deep drop, and Fuller's pass out of the backfield. Bledsoe, and Bledsoe looks for that out of bounds and gets it at the 28-yard line. Timeout. Clock stops, no timeout. 1:26 to go, and 1st and 10, Kansas City at the 28.
As Harris was way down the field, whether it was his mistake, I don't know, but there was a mistake in the coverage, and just the fact that the Chiefs were in a hurry-up offense and the Bears.
15 yards.
Oh, here they come.
At the 28, and the pass is almost intercepted by Gary Fensick. Intended for Henry Marshall, over his head, and Fensick came oh so close to picking that one off. Bears looming an upset here. Can Fuller bring the Chiefs back? They need this game. Fuller almost lost his footing, and he stopped from behind. And Mike Hartenstein, number 73, who has come in as the 5th down lineman, alertly got Fuller, but a penalty marker is down.
Holding. Defense, number 25. First down.
Todd Bell, the rookie.
Blitz.
Fuller. Page. And there it is. The whistle blows as Page had Fuller in his grasp. And a big sack for Alan Page on a team that has had woefully few sacks. Timeout, limiting them to 1.
And you saw the entire blitz, and there were too many men for the Chiefs to block the Bears.
1 timeout left, 3rd and 20. Fuller has to connect on something here if the Chiefs have hope. And the pass is complete to Rome. Rome at the 15-yard line, and he was driven back. Now, very important as to where they're going to spot the ball, and they may not have the first down. I'm not sure if they do. It may be 4th and less than a yard.
Go downfield with 4th and a half yard, even though they only have 49 seconds and no timeouts left.
Now, this could be it. Chiefs have to get the 2 yards. He's going to throw.
Oh, my God.
And he lofts it to Henry Marshall, and it is a touchdown. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a play to Henry Marshall. Covered all the way by Reuben Henderson, and Marshall makes an incredible grab.
So he had to reach back and over Henderson to make the grab. A gutsy call by the Chiefs. Henderson has good coverage. Marshall spots the ball first, up and over, and brings the ball in. He's going for the ball. You can't call him for anything, and he comes down in the end zone. An unbelievable play.
They're going wild. They're wet. A Kansas City comeback with 44 seconds to play.
The offensive man spots the ball first. Marshall goes back over the arm of Henderson, and he comes down in the end zone. And all you can say was just a super individual effort by him.
Time at Soldier Field 2 weeks ago. They're going to have a chance to do it again against an AFC Western Division contender, the Kansas City Chiefs. Overtime here at Arrowhead Stadium. Sometimes harder than others. Sometimes the wind has been stiffer than other times.
And the flip is very important in this situation, because the team that wins the flip has first possession, and all you need is a field goal.
Head. It is head.
Bears win it.
Won the toss and will receive.
Bears won the toss and will receive. So that's the story here at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chicago Bears will be on the receiving end of our overtime kickoff. The Bears and the Chiefs ready to settle it in an extra session.
Overtime to Green Bay. They beat San Diego, as you said, 2 weeks ago in overtime. And there were a couple of overtime games. They've had a lot of overtime games. Here we go.
Moorhead at the 10-yard line, and Moorhead breaks a tackle, and Emery Moorhead is still going into Kansas City territory. And look at the Bears bench. The Chicago bench is acting as if they've won a title. What a return by Emery Moorhead, the former Giant and Denver Bronco.
And he just went straight ahead and ran over people. There's Michael Cobb, 87, gets a good block. Good block by Todd Bell. And then Moorhead just does it on himself. Nick Lowry's got to take him right here. Boom. He is not an experienced tackler, and Moorhead goes right over him and takes it all the way down into Kansas City territory.
59. Evans in the pocket looking for a receiver, and it's in. Matt Suey was the intended receiver, and it was broken up by Whitney Paul. So it's 4th down, and Roberto on 51 yards to win it for Chicago. The kick is blocked and rolls into the end zone. And the Chicago Bears, chance to end this one, goes by the boards here. And the clock penalty marker down. I believe the clock.
5-yard penalty, automatic, still 4th down.
And the clock ran down. Delaney 1-5 defense for the Bears. The one they like, 3rd and 5 at the 14-yard line. Pitch goes to Billy Jackson on a high throw, and Jackson has a 1st down.
Well, that time they caught the defensive left end. Mike Hartenstein got caught inside. He was
Dixon. So 3 wide receivers in split backs at 3rd and 10 at the 25 for the Chiefs. And offside, the Bears were showing a safety blitz, but a penalty marker down. I don't know whether it was Alan Page who encroached or not. Back number 84, Stan Rome goes out. The up back is Hadnot. Billy Jackson with the ball. And Jackson gets a 1st down. And did a lot of that on his own 2nd effort as he crosses the 35-yard line. Showing a blitz, but not blitzing of the Bears. And Fuller chase from behind, penalty marker down, maybe a hold as Osborne catches up with Fuller, who slides short of a 1st down. Drop kick, quick kick, right? All right, you know that Fuller will try to hit one of those 3 wide receivers that are in the game right now, as the Chiefs have an extra chance here. Out of the pocket goes Fuller. He's in trouble, and he's down. That was Dan Hampton, and so the strategy paid off tremendously. And now I think that field position you talked about earlier could come into play for the Bears on the goal line and Fisher.
Let's see if he kicks away from the returner.
Now, Fisher wants a fair catch at the 47. So the Bears have good field position. We have a lot of time, 10:03 to go. Each team still has 2 timeouts to go. There's on the Kansas City 47, Bashnagel in motion. And here is Willie McClendon, who's had to handle the load since Peyton went out early in the 4th. 2nd and 5 at the 42, so that was a good 1st down pickup for the Bears. Suey gets to the 40. It'll be 3rd and a long 3.
Like 6 hours ago, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. 3rd and 3 at the 40.
They're going to run.
McClendon with Suey blocking, and McClendon may be close. No, I think he's short by a yard. Someone grabbed him around the neck. Suey was blocking in front, and Willie McClendon is stopped. It'll be 4th down. But I think the fans are doing the same thing, watching this game, figuring what they would do. McClendon in motion, and they're not going to make it. They went to the fullback, Matt Suey, and he was stopped short. And Neil Armstrong stalking the sidelines, and Kansas City holds, and they'll take over on downs. In San Diego State, Curtis Bledsoe, number 30.
Reverse.
And on a reverse play. And here's Henry Marshall. Marshall turning it to the 45. He's at midfield, and he runs into Terry Schmidt, still inbounds and now out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 1st down. A 2nd and 9 at the 30. Fumble, and the Bears recover. The Chicago Bears recover. Al Harris picks it up. So a critical Kansas City mistake.
It's going back and forth. Another key turnover. It looks like he might have hit on the guard's rump as he was trying to pull out, and Harris alertly made the recovery, and the Bears have stopped Kansas City again with a break. And
in motion, Bashnagel. And here's McClendon. Can he get outside? He does. And out of bounds in Kansas City territory at the 48, it was Barbaro that knocked him out. Chicago, they beat San Diego in OT 2 weeks ago, and here is Willie McClendon. They try to strip the ball away, and McClendon gets to the 41-yard line, a gain of 5. Cal in place of Walter Payton. 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. We're in overtime, tied at 13. Here's Willie McClendon again, and McClendon has close to a 1st down. Let's wait and see. The tackle is made by Jerry Blandon, the linebacker. 2 tight ends for Chicago. 3rd and 1 at the 38-yard line. And keeping it is Evans. He has the 1st down, I believe, at the 35. 2 tight ends. Cobb and Earl. And the one back is Matsui using his outside power. And he gets awfully close to the sticks, short by about a half a yard. Lloyd Burris, the rookie from Maryland, the strong safety, makes the tackle. And in motion is Willie McClendon. And rolling out is Evans. He looks like he wants to run for it. He does, and he has it. A first down at the 22-yard line. And now the Bears can really afford to play it safe and set up a possible winning field goal.
Roll out. Notice the speed. He has tremendous speed. He got around the horn there, just tucked the ball away and got himself some yardage. And now the Bears are in great shape as Evans heads for the sideline, switches that ball back, gets it away from the ball carrier, from the tackler, who hit him right in the chops. That was Harris hitting him right up there high with the elbow.
But everyone who's watching this in the Chicago area couldn't believe it. 3rd and 7 now at the 18-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground. McClendon is hit at the 20-yard line, and John Rivetto is going to come in and try to end it now as the clock runs. There he is, the man on the spot, John Rivetto. 37-yard attempt, Avellini holding. 2:31 to go.
Oh!
And the kick is up. It is no good. It is off to the right. No good.
Offside. Somebody was offsides, I believe.
If it's Kansas City, and that's what the Bears are pointing to, it is. It's a penalty against Kansas City. And Rivetto.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24, leverage over the top.
Gary Green
Replay.
stepped on a player to try to block it. You can't do it in pro football.
There he is. See how high he was? It looked like he also could have been offsides, but they called him for climbing up and using another player to get an advantage, to get extra height.
That's a first down. And goal at the 10-yard line. Matsui gets close to the 5-yard line. So all the Bears have to do is avoid a mistake here. And they're in motion. McClendon. Evans running. He's throwing.
Oh.
Dropped in the end zone by Willie McClendon. Covered by Gary Barbaro.
I don't think he'll get quite as high this time.
22-yard attempt by Rivetto, and that's what he's kicked in this game to win it. The kick is up. It is good, and the Chicago Bears have won it in overtime. And John Rivetto has been the hero in both overtime victories. A 22-yard field goal, and Neil Armstrong and the Bears leave rainy and cold Arrowhead Stadium victors. They would go 3-7 on the year. A very tough loss for Kansas City, 6-4 on the season. And here it is, the winning field goal once again. John Rivetto's 3rd field goal of the game. The Bears have scored a big upset. So this is Dick Stockton for Johnny Morris saying so long from Arrowhead Stadium. Once again, the final score, the Chicago Bears 16, Kansas City 13.